All right, so I am back with another semi review of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War. I missed last week because I was at Comic Con. Um, I'll post a few pictures on here so you can check them out. Had a great time. It was fun. Got to see some good friends. I got to see a bunch of different comic and nerd stuff. I spent quite a bit of money. I got a few things up. I still got to hang up some of the art pieces, signed art pieces that I got. It was super fun. That was my first time ever going. If you've ever been, or if you've never been and you're considering going, definitely check it out. Sadly, there is a current writers and actors strike, so there was really no celebrities there. I saw a few podcasters, a few internet personalities, but that was it. Um, but overall, I had a blast. I would try to go again for sure. So because I was over there, I didn't do a review last week. So real quick, um, 16 episode 16 was another good one. We had Kisuke's answer for the stolen Bankais and how to protect Soul Reapers from getting that stolen. Um, with the whole kind of hollow energy is kind of poisonous to Quincy's because they have no antibodies for it. We got to see Shinji use his Bankai, which was super cool. We've only read about it before, we haven't ever seen it. Uh, so it was cool to see him use it. Wiped out, a whole group of Quincy's, and he gave Bambietta a very hard time as well. Um, and because of the captains getting their Bankais back, Soifon basically one shot um, the enemy that she was fighting. I always forget his name. It's BG 59 or something like that. I can't remember. But Hitsugaya was able to defeat Kandu, uh, who stole his Bankai. That was a pretty cool fight as well. Nothing. These fights, these last few episodes, haven't been on the same caliber as some of the ones on last season, but I think it's because they're saving their budget, animation budget, for what's about to come up in these the back half of this season, which I'm okay with. We have seen some fighting, which was not in the manga. It's been able to fill in the gaps that we've missed. Um, and one thing that was funny is Soifon, who was at death's door, basically calling out how Kisuke's voice was able to bring her back from the brink of death because she hates him so much. And that's been a long running thing, and it's probably because of his relationship with Yaruichi. Um, anyways, we to continue on to this week's episode, we had Bambietta versus Captain Komaru, and she before that she basically one shot Shinji because he was not ready for her, and his whole Bankai power is the throwing your confusion or throwing your senses off with confusion. Up is down, left is right, and it all plays into your instincts. And the more battle hardened you are, the harder it is for you to fight this um, you know effect effect that is hitting you. So she basically said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna blow everything up around me. He got surprised by that and got taken out. Um, and we finally got the answer to how he was, taken off the board, because in the manga it doesn't show how that happened. So we got an answer in this. Captain Komamoru, he shows up, he protects Shinji, and Momo takes them, protects them, basically tells them to leave. And when she starts to attack him, his armor starts to break, and he is shown with a new humanoid form. He is throughout the whole series, looks more canine, a dog type of character. You find out he's from the werewolf clan. He basically decided to abandon his clan, and he's been very devoted to the Soul Reapers because of how old man Yamamoto kind of had his back and kind of raised him or protected him and gave him a chance to be, an actual Soul Reaper. And when he lost his life in the previous season, uh, Captain Komaru, he took that very personally because he was very close to him, and so he started to seek revenge. And one of the ways that he's, you know, was going to get this revenge is by gaining an ability that is, specific to his tribe. He becomes more human, and in that time, he is immortal. He can take whatever kind of damage and keep pushing forward. The only downside is that he didn't know how long it was going to take. He basically sold his soul for this power. He let revenge cloud his judgment, and because of that, he lost his ability to fight in any form. He is now, this larger wolf creature, a wolf dog creature. I'm going to say wolf, but yeah, he lost his ability to fight. He Something that he preached in the original run is not letting revenge take you over, and he let that happen to him. He wanted to kill Yuhaba. It didn't happen. He was able to beat Bambietta because she tried everything she could to beat him. Didn't happen. He took her down with her. He took her down with his, new Bankai, which looks amazing in this episode. The CG work was done very well. But his Bankai loses its armor, and he was able to finally take her down. And because of this sacrifice, he had to pull out his heart to achieve his power. This power, it was only temporary, and it didn't last long. But yeah, he is now forever stuck in the body of a wolf. From my understanding, he is, if not immortal, or he won't age or die of old age. I don't know. It's one of those things that's kind of hard to explain. He's not immortal because he will eventually die, but for the rest of his life, he will be in this wolf form. Um, One of the other fights that was going on was Mass Demasculine versus Ikaku, Yumichika, and Shuei. And they tried to hold their own, but he kept on overpowering them. And even when they did think they had the upper hand and beat him, he came back up and took them out pretty quickly. There is, we'll see what's going to happen with him because he's fighting two captains now, and it ended at the tease of their fight was at the very end of this episode. One thing that has been going on over the last 4 episodes is Ichigo's test to become greater than a Soul Reaper. And the last 2 episodes, this week's episode and last week's episode, we really got one, it's new content to us manga readers, but 2, they're really wrapping it up. And this test is showing if Ichigo can become more than a Soul Reaper, and it's basically showing him the past of the Soul Reaper. The king of the Soul Society, and what they're showing glimpses of what happened to the king of the Soul Society. You see all this energy getting poured into Ichigo, and at the very end, it looks like he's going to explode. His body seems all deformed, and he finally is able to get past that. Like, there is a energy explosion, but Ichigo is perfectly fine, and at the end of it, he's going on to the next part of his test. But yeah, they basically, it's hard to explain, or it's not so much hard to explain. This whole test, from my gathering, is to see if he's able to hold the power of the Soul King, or the maybe Squad Zero. It's not. It hasn't been cleared yet. I'm just kind of guessing at this point. But it is very tied to the Soul King. So that's pretty cool. He finally got past that. He is now going on to the next part of his training with Squad Zero. So we may see him in actual battle in probably 2 episodes, 2 or 3 episodes. Um, he is obviously he's going to be a little bit sidelined in this part of the story, which is okay because um, he needs to get stronger to fight Yuha Ba. But yeah, that's oh, another thing that that kind of was shown on this episode that was semi new. I want to say semi new. I think it's completely new. Is Uryu grabbing the fallen Quincy, the Quincy that have lost their fights. You know, they're laying there. They're not dead. They're still alive, but they're laying there. And Uryu has been showing up to them and through the shadow ability, and it seems like he's collecting them. I have a feeling he's taking them back to Yuhaba, and we'll see what happens there. That's something new. But yeah, he is, as of right now, he is 100% behind the Quincy's, who are, of course, the enemy of the Soul Reapers. But from what I can see, that's going to be the gist of what I had written down. One, Bleach looks amazing again. They are going all out in the art. Looks good. I can't wait to see it in Blu-ray. I say that because I know they're going to make some slight fixes to it, to the animation and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks amazing. The story's going at a solid pace. No real fluff or humor. Right now, we are in full war battle mode, which is okay. But yeah, that's going to be my quick take on episode 16 and 17. Mainly 17, but Bleach is holding strong. Like I say, I'm always biased. I love the series. It's another pass. The last few, or not pass, excuse me, another smash on these last 2 episodes. Well, I doubt I'll ever give up a pass, but yeah, it's been pretty solid. If you're watching it, I'm hoping you're enjoying it. I know I haven't been able to talk to my buddies about it, but yeah, I'm 100% for it. Every Saturday morning, I watch it before I go to the gym, and I'm glad that it's back. We got a few more episodes this core season, however you want to cut it. But yeah, definitely, if you haven't watched it, give it a check out. Thousand Year Blood War could stand on its own in general, but yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have for today. I can't wait till next week. I'm going to look at some of the breakdowns of everything that I've missed. So yeah, I don't know why I keep on saying so. Yeah. Anyways, I had fun. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will talk to you later.